Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. All right, let me give a quick shout out. Greatly appreciate it. Before the show even started, brother support, and I appreciate it. Youre says, support, bro. Can't make the show. I got to go to the gym. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot for your support early on in the game. All right, so let me present something to you. And then I'll go on to this. Y'all know how I like to do. I like to warm up things with the short, and then give us a chance to go. So here we go. 3 signs that your girl is from the hood. All right. Fair use. Fair use.
Oh my God, hey.
What's up? What's good, little bro?
Good, hi, y'all. This is my boyfriend, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, I got 35 for the 20.
Bro, who the hell is this? No, I mess with a lot of hood girls, and this is the one that hurts the most. If your girl has a lot of brothers that are not her brothers, she's from the hood, or she's a hoe. But like I said, pick your poison. But yeah, let me get back to the point. Those are not her blood brothers. Who treats their brothers like that? Those are just dudes from around her way that she knows. And I guarantee you, at least 2 of them hit. And do you people in one try to assert his dominance? Matter of fact, let's run that back real quick.
What's good, little bro?
That's cuz letting me know. Yeah, bro, I hit that.
Those just my brothers, eh? Oh my God, hey.
Okay. That's the first one. There's a couple more. There's one more that I want to show you because I want to show like a
Only 2.
Hold on one moment.
Hey, nigga, where the fuck you?
Hold on, let me see if let me find it right quick. Here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, hit that like button while we do this.
Got you. Here's 3 signs a hood girl like.
All right, let me see. Dang, the thing about shorts is you can't just start from the beginning. You gotta wait for it to cycle all the way back. So that's a problem, but we'll work through that because I want y'all to see both of these so I can give my conclusion, and then we could go on to the crux of the show, to the meat and potatoes of the show. In the meantime, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. Wait, did I pause it? Or did it just, crap. Okay, here, I'll just do this.
Hood girls tend to act a little bit different because of their environment. But on everything, a lot of times, bro, they be bad as hell. Like, I'm not gonna lie, her ass used to be my weakness. Still kind of is, but that's a story for another day. So if you cool with a girl from the hood that you want to be more, or you kind of just chatting to her and you don't know if she likes you or not, don't worry, I got you. Here's 3 signs a hood girl likes you.
I never do that to you.
Why would you bump into him like that and not even say excuse me? Like, that's really.
Now, hood girls tend to do this a lot. But if a hood girl presses out people for you, then that probably means she likes you. A lot of times, hood girls be feeling the need to protect their significant other. And this goes from males or females. And don't let somebody get your order wrong at a restaurant. She gonna act like somebody committed a cardinal sin. But to sum it up, if a hood girl likes you, she'll go to bat for you, even if you're not tripping.
Okay. What the brother was saying is true, but that's not what he displayed in this skit. Okay, so hood girls, like when I was young, West Oakland girls were always looking for a confrontation, even the pretty ones. You know, they always wanted to know if another female was giving me problems so she can, handle it. And which was weird because I didn't walk around with a bunch of drama like that. I didn't have any baby moms or anything like that, and nor did I. And also, there's that's what ugly chicks are for. The ones who already have bruised knuckles and stuff like that, and they just born to get down. Like that's something different. I approach you for a completely different reason, other than what you can do with your hands. So there are those type of hood chicks. And then they are the ones that he displayed. Now, these chicks aren't really looking for, as he was saying, to protect you or show that they're willing to protect you or something like that. These chicks are looking to instigate situations all the time. And that's why I showed the 2 clips. The first clip, she just walked up and hugged everybody and making it awkward, you know, because some of the dudes she used to see and mess with. Like, that's one instance where she's just starting crap, trying to test your mettle, see what you do, you know, see if you confront them for no reason at all. And the other one is to see what you do because this person brushed against you walking past. So I'm going to instigate the situation to see how you handle it. And the reason why they have that particular type of behavior, he says, is a product of their environment. I think that the environment is a product of them, really. The reason why they do that is because they need mindless protectors. They need guys who punch first and ask questions later. Why do they do that? Because the general behavior of a hood chick is so obnoxious that they need somebody to back it up. They're constantly instigating, they're constantly provoking others. Everywhere they go, they provoke people. And then when somebody get tired of it and decides to push back, then that is where dude comes. It's like, listen, dude, I've been giving you the googly eyes. I've been flirting with you for, you know, all these months now. You know, I've been letting you touch my hair that I bought. So now it's time for you to muscle up, so to speak. Every time I point at somebody, you are to go off on him. You are to steal on each and every single person I point at, or you are not worthy of being in my presence, of looking at my cleavage. That you are not worthy of that. So that's the protection category. Next, we're going to, maybe in another future video, we're going to go into the provision category, because there's 2 types of dudes that they only see dudes for their function, and there's only 2 functions that they want from a dude, and that is providing and protecting, not parenting. Notice that. UFO says smash test dummies. Yeah, if they get to smash, yeah. Yeah, like they're smash test dummies. It's like okay, you know, eh, like these guys do not. Okay, a quick story, and everybody knows this story. There was a dude, you know, he used to he was an actor. His name was like Romeo, I think, or something like that. Santana, and he was on the Cosby Show. He was Rudy's boyfriend. He was like a boyfriend on Sister Sister. He was on the Steve Harvey Show. You know, he was that dude. He was that young, pretty dude. And apparently he got caught up with a female. You know, she lied lies. She lied lies. You know, she went and told, I think, another dude that was smashing that, you know, he done stole the fruit. That he done, you know, like he just Winnie the Pooh her. He just stole the marmalade. He just stole the honey. And then, dude, no questions asked, you know, rat-tat-tat-tat. And then it's R.I.P. Romeo. Just like Shakespeare, it's R.I.P. Romeo. And then she gets arrested. They get more arrested because she's out and they're still in. And she's on Twitter like, you know, like, I feel no remorse about what happened. That's how it works. They are looking for, just like UFO said, they are looking for smash test dummies. They go on and live their life. They go on and they are looking for the newest, you know, peni to salivate on. They just keep going with their life. Well, and what you doing? They won't let me out. No, they won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. And that's what they call protection. That's what the brick-faced woman calls protection. That is what they call protection. Notice how they only believe in protection when it comes to you just pointing and knocking somebody out. Notice that's the only type of protection they know about. They don't know about those magnums. They don't know about that type of protection, do they? Just saying. Okay, so that went longer than I expected. Let me get into the real meat and potatoes, because y'all do not understand that everything around you. Okay, understand this. Understand this, because I wish young people took it more seriously when they realized that Santa Claus was not real. I mean, because to me, it was a blow, but it was a blow for a completely different reason. I'm going to tell you what that reason is. It was that realization that, wow, everybody lied to me. Like, I wish kids would get that. Like, everybody lied to you all at the same time. Each and every single adult that you have trusted your whole short life got together, conspired, and lied to you because they thought the crap was cute. If you ask when you're a kid, you ask anybody you trust, like, I don't know, this Santa Claus thing seemed funny. Let me ask my teacher. And then your teacher's like, yeah, he's real. And then your grandma's like, yeah, he's real. And a stranger on the street is like, yeah, he's real. And then the news is like, yeah, he's real. TV is like, yeah, he's real. Everybody just up and lied to you. That is a sobering fact, because you know how people say, oh, it's hard because there's so many people in on it. That many people can't lie. That's why Bill Cosby is guilty. No, it don't. A lot of people can lie. A lot of people can. It's cultural manipulation. So we as Black men are the receivers of cultural manipulation. And then you see the results in the men. You see the results in the men behavior. They go on shows like Listen to Black Women. Kind of like how they say Listen to Mama. They go on to shows that say stuff like Listen to Black Women. And then they say stuff like what's about to be said on this clip that I am about to play. As soon as y'all get them likes up. As soon as y'all get them likes up. This is what happens when you eat the Kool-Aid. And I know I said eat, because y'all know if y'all hood raised, some of y'all eat Kool-Aid. Y'all you just take it out the pack and pour it in your mouth. This is what happens when you do that. All right, so now let's go to Listen to Black Women, and Black men, and see what this indoctrination does to people. Look at this chick. All right, we're going to get into her in a second. No, they ain't got no sugar.
I was a great mother, and I met my husband when my daughter was 2. So I'm a great mother. Listen, there's a lot of great mothers out there, and
I met my husband when my daughter was 2. You see, I'm not good with the chime-ins. That's Chantel, that's Bernard, that's everybody else, who have like a list of things. But I wish I did. I need to set one up, so when they red flag, I like that. Some things in Jamaican accents sound better. I'm not saying I like the entire accent. I'm saying that some things do sound better. But red flag. It's like, wait a minute, you meet a woman with a 2-year-old kid and you marry her? Like, you have met a woman who has proven that she can't make a relationship last for 2 years. She did not make the last relationship last for 2 years. And I'm not saying don't marry single moms. I'm just saying, like, proceed with caution. That's what a red flag is. It means you stop and you look both ways and make sure that nothing is that you proceed cautiously. It's like, wait, what? And I'm telling you, these chicks be doing this. This happened to GameChanger. A younger GameChanger, right? Met this chick, and everything was going cool. And this was before the days of GPS, right? And she kind of lived like in a cut. So I had problems like finding where she was. So I'm on the phone talking to her, taking instruction. And normally this is a turn off, but I was surprised at how not turned off that she was, right? So met her, hooked up with her, everything was cool. And then her friend wanted to hook up with my friend, but I wanted to meet her first. So the three of us was out and we was talking. And then her friend let it slip that she was pregnant. I forget how she did. I don't know if she said it's good that you like kids, because such and such. But the other chick, the pregnant one, that was messing with me, she was going to like finesse longer. She was like going to try to get me addicted until I start tasting milk. And I told y'all that story about that time I tasted milk. That is disgusting. She was going to try to lure me in to taste that milk. That's what she was going to try to do. So after that happened, it's like, that's it. It's over, ended that immediately. But it says something that these chicks are not like, she wasn't showing. These chicks be leaving dudes, be getting pregnant and then leaving the dudes that impregnate them or getting left by the dudes before they even show, before they even get a bump. They on to the next penis. 2 years? Really? Really? Kid barely got teeth and you out on some new peni. And she explaining how she's still the catch. The STD catch? What kind of catch is that?
And with
You catching the babies. That's what you're doing.
those
I think
mothers
there are
that
millions
say,
of mothers out
we are
there.
very desirable, even with children.
Okay. You're more desirable without it. You're more desirable without kids, and that, oh dang, some of you went and I know there's some ladies here, and there's even some mothers here, but I'm be honest. Yes, I do sleep with single mothers. Some of you, not all, and no, I'm not gonna say that. Some of you have a brain on your belly. Even if you lose weight, it's still a brain. What do I mean? You know how the brain has like a whole bunch of nooks and crannies, and the number of nooks and crannies determines how smart you are. Like the wrinklier your brain, the higher your IQ. A lot of chicks have, after they have a kid, they have a bunch of wrinkles on their brain or on their belly. Like that thing, like that thing on Mutant Turtles. Like Krang. I think that's the name, Krang. Yeah, oatmeal. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They be having that. So, and I know it's not your fault. It's probably nothing you could do. I don't know if there's remedies and stuff, or y'all just forget to put the cocoa butter there while you're pregnant. I don't know. I do know it's nasty. I do know that it's nasty. So stop sticking your chest out, saying, we still good. You are far less good. You are far less good. You're at the most value to the father of that kid because he's so enamored by the fact that you facilitated life for him that he don't care about the somebody said raisin bread. He don't care about the raisin bread. He don't care about that because it's like, listen, it's a whole, that is proof of the whole kid that came out. So, but to the next dude, he's looking like, dang, she took a hit. I mean, I'm not saying that, Rihanna might have it, that doesn't mean she's not still Rihanna, but, and Haley Bailey might have it. That doesn't mean she's not still Haley Bailey, but it's still a hit. It's still a hit. Don't act like it's the same. All right.
Hello and welcome to Listen to Black Women. I'm L'Oreal, and we have an amazing panel and a great show ahead of you. So let's start. From my right, we have Tyler Chronicles in the building.
I dated a woman with a child, and I felt like it was kind of my duty to kind of be there as a black man, especially.
Yeah.
Black men, and that's why I did this video. Black men, you do not have a duty. You do not have a duty to be there for single mothers. You do not have a duty. Where did they write that at? In like the in the Black Man Manual. I mean, it's like they hijacked the Black Man Manual, and then they told you that you had a duty to take care of somebody else's bastards. Nope. Who told you that? I felt like it was a duty as a black man. Like, what? What? I have no additional duties to your irresponsibilities. I do not have that duty. Don't get me wrong. It's good if you want to do it, but understand that that is an individual desire, not a black man requirement. I do not have a duty. If you want to coach football or something like that, as a contribution to the community, that is your gift. That is not your duty. I don't have a duty to do a damn thing. Make no mistake. I felt that it was my duty. It's my duty. You have no duty? Why is it that black men are the only ones in the community that feel like they got a duty to do crap? Find out their sense of duty. Go to a random black woman and say, yeah, tomorrow morning I want eggs, Florentine. I want extra cheese, cheddar mixed with American, and turkey bacon. But I don't want you to overcook it. No burnt stuff on the sides. I want pancakes with blueberries in it. Do not use pre-selected and pre-made pancake batter with the blueberries because those blueberries are dried. No, what you do is you get the fresh blueberries, you cut it up, and then you put that into the pancake mix it, and then make the pancakes that way. Don't put syrup on it. I will put it on myself because I don't trust you to put too much or too little on it. Go to a black woman and say something like that. And then, she's like, who are you? I'm like, listen, I'm a black man and it's your duty. It's your duty. It is your duty to give me food. It's your duty to give me booty. Like, what in the world? Why is it that we are the only ones with duty?
You, of course, have Al Varner.
A family man is a family man. It's in you or it isn't, or you want it or you don't.
A family man, it's your family man. It's your, see, family man is, a true family man is looking at how much is this stepchild taken away from my family, my genetic family. And I'm sorry, that's the way we look at ladies. I hate to be the one to say this, but yeah, that's the way we look at it.
And we have a
shout out to Melody Amber.
Special guest, my girl, Notori Naughton Lewis.
I'm setting a new tone and a new journey for me and my family.
And then we have Mouse Jones.
Everybody knows that about me. I'm very protective. I got 2 girls, so I'm super protective over them.
We're going to talk about some heavy things today surrounding co-parenting.
I swear her voice makes it sound like she wasn't born female.
I don't date women that have kids, so I don't deal with this issue.
So you like intentionally say, okay, if you met an amazing woman and she's like super dope, super focused, and everything that you ever dreamed of woman, if she has a child,
She gonna have a problem being focused on me.
Because she has a child.
If you a good mother, how you gonna focus on me? You got this kid. You gotta deal
I
with this
was
kid.
a great mother, and I met my husband when my daughter was 2. So I'm
Boo.
a great.
Why did she say was? Why did she say was? Like she stopped being one. I was a great mother. Did you stop being a great mother? Okay. And I'm making fun of that, but nevertheless, he has a point, and the point is that it's hard dating. Dating takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, sometimes even resources on both parts, the man and the woman. You know, even the woman, she has to make sure that she's properly groomed to pick a proper mate, which means that that's money away from the kids. That's money away from the kids, bottle fund and stuff like that. So, and this is a dilemma that I've come across, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you fellas have come across. And that is when the kid is that young, when the kid is 2 years old, it requires a babysitter. The woman can't just come through a Netflix and chill at 11 p.m. like that, like a regular woman can. So the question is, either she's not going to Netflix and chill with you at 11 p.m., which means that she is diminished. She can't provide you the time and energy that a woman without kids can. So she's diminished in that regard. Or, and this has happened, and I'm to my everlasting shame, I didn't care. I just felt that it was the mama's problem. She's a horrible woman. They'll come and kick it anyway. And I assume leave their kids at home with Baby Shark playing in the background. And yeah, they do that. So yeah, and all the time I'm doing what I do. I am thinking you are a horrible mother. I will never be with you, but man, it's tight, is what is happening. And he knows that, and he's pointing that out.
Great
But
mother.
listen,
There's a lot of great
that's
mothers
not me
out there,
saying-
and I stand with those mothers.
I think there are
and say,
amazing mothers out
we are
there.
very desirable, even with children.
Absolutely, but
Yeah.
me personally, I'm not.
But he's coming with kids. That's the crazy.
No, my kids stay at home.
Like, how dare you?
No, my kids stay at home. I don't bring my kids on a date.
Wait,
My kids stay at home. What do you mean I'm coming with kids? These kids is at home.
Okay, I'm confused, Mouse.
Yeah.
But okay.
Listen, it's preferences. Everybody got
No,
preferences.
you're right. You're right.
And I'm not
But
saying
I'm
up here
just
saying that
curious.
women that have kids don't deserve love. I'm
You're
saying
right.
me, as for me in thine home,
Thine
these
home.
McDonald's meals is gonna be for me
Okay.
and my kids.
And that's what I was talking about when I was talking about resources. You know, like, I mean, okay, say you have money for either 2 second-tier schools or 2 second-tier educations or 1 Ivy League education. Now your kid gets into the Ivy League. But you say, oh no, you have to go to a different school to save money so we can fund your stepbrother or sister's education. That's your seed taking the hit. That is your seed taking the hit. Because of that. Like, if your kid's allowance is X amount a week, it could be double that if it wasn't for the thing. It's all kinds of stuff. It is all kinds of stuff. It's taken away from yours. And that's what he's saying. He's like, listen, you know, you are to come into my life, you are to add, not take away. That's all he's saying.
And a woman without kids. That's what
That's so crazy.
So,
to
but
me.
you want her to
interesting.
take on your
Yeah.
No, I don't. My kids have.
So you just
But also my kids are
excommunicate your children.
No, my
when
kids
you
are
meet
old. My kids are older. So I have a
okay.
16-year-old and 11-year-old. I don't need anyone to come in and be a mother figure or any of that.
Not a mother figure, but if it's someone that you love, say you get married,
Yeah.
right? You
Well, I gotta
just want-
say, like,
You hear that? Someone that you love. you love her. You in love. Didn't she love the person that she let put sperm on her egg? Didn't she love like they act like, people fall in love in spite of. Like people allow the opportunity to love in spite of. Like, okay, so when a woman sees a guy, if she's not physically attracted to him, she doesn't respect his occupation for a number of reasons. She has already, at the moment that she met him, realized that it is impossible for her to ever fall in love with him. Men are the same way. There are women that we understand that it is impossible for us to fall in love with, but we hit it anyway, knowing that it is a complete impossibility that we would ever fall in love. But they like, yeah, but what if you're in love with her? You miss me with that crap. He's in love with his daughters, or he loves his daughters, rather.
It's kind of far-fetched.
I mean, I don't want to attack him.
It would be
Just
my
get
second
clarity
marriage.
on
Thank
that.
you very much.
Okay, exactly why I say far-fetched. And so you would be okay with your wife and the person that you love not having a relationship with your children?
I mean, you would naturally have a relationship with them, but like I said, I don't need you to be a mother. Like you don't have to step in. You just be what they
just
call
be
it,
a
a bonus.
bonus mom.
Yeah, you be
Which
a bonus
is still
person.
like a mother figure. You want
is
her to
not.
be a positive figure. That's your
interesting.
children.
And that's
Right?
cool.
It's kinda
Listen, and that's
segues
cool.
into
But
our
also, like I
conversation.
said,
How are you a positive figure? I'm not talking about, women who choose to be stepmothers. I'm talking about you. How are you a positive figure? You are the poster child for what not to do, for what I don't want my daughter to do. I don't want my daughter to take a wig and then pour it into a bucket with lemon heads and water and then swish it around until it turns yellow and put it on her head. I don't want her to do no crap like that.
it's all about preference. It's all about
Right.
preference.
So
This is what I
accept my
prefer.
kids, but you can't have any.
The woman that I am with, and I'm going to be serious.
And I don't want my daughter around a woman that sounds like an 80s robot. I am a mother figure.
With me and her kids, they're gonna be her first kids. That's just how it is. That's just
Hey
how it
man,
is.
I ain't gonna lie.
How you come with kid number 3 talking about our first kid? No, it's not like
No,
what?
it's our first.
Yeah, he's saying that it's the first kid between the two of them, the connection. Absolutely.
This is
You and I. It's gonna be her first kid.
But this goes to show you like how men think.
Oh,
Hashtag.
here's a new segment on Listen Black Women.
I know. I was like,
This is how men think. Notice how all the focus is on this dude with the beanie that's the same color as the other chick's hair. Notice how all the focus is, this is how men think. So the other dude think the exact opposite. I feel it's my duty as a black man to take care of other women's kids. He thinks the exact opposite. But is he not a man? Oh, see, this is how we think. This is how men think. So the other dude who's on the plantation, he's not thinking like a man, but he is thinking like y'all want him to think.
Men
I
think.
think this
I would like to pitch a spinoff. How men think.
I
We'll
think
get
it's
to
just
it.
a societal
We'll be right
norms
back.
about-
They're awful people.
I have dated.
Oh,
women,
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
child before.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I
We'll
think
get
it's just
to
a
it.
societal
We'll be right
norms
back.
about-
Look at the ones in the background. No hair. See? You see that? You see this? Look at this woman. They don't have a chair for her. That's why she's standing. They don't have a seat big enough for her.
I have dated a woman that had a child before, and I was going to say something about that because the roles are different. Like Miles was saying, she would, have to be in her life or be like a mother figure. But on the flip side, I dated a woman with a child, and I felt like, and she had a son, so I felt like it was kind of my duty to kind of be there as a black man, especially.
Yeah, you are a buffoon, sir. You are a buffoon. It is the father's duty. It is not your duty. And why do they feel a greater obligation than other races of men to do that crap? It is not your duty. If you want to buy your son Gucci, and then give him like possible Gucci from Goodwill. And here's what I mean by that. You don't even like know what's in it. You know how people, when you donate your old clothes to Goodwills, you walk into Goodwill with a garbage bag full of clothes. If you was to just walk up to that person as they walk into Goodwill and say, hey, I'll give you $10 for whatever's in that bag. And then you present that bag to the stepkid at Christmas, like, here you go. You are not even obligated to do that. And he's just getting his pat on the head. Look at her forehead. Look at this chick's forehead. Dang, it looks like you could land a drone on it. It looks like she could just walk around with a drone as a hat on her forehead, and then it just randomly flies off. And they are just getting like giving this dude pats on the head. Like, yeah, you should do this. It is your duty. You ain't got no damn duty. See, that's what they do. They create this whole deadbeat dad stereotype. And that is to guilt the people. They're not guilting the deadbeat dads, by the way. They're not guilting the guy who hit it before the wrinkles got on the belly, before the Raisin Bran belly. They're not guilting those guys. No, they're guilting this guy. They're guilting this guy into feeling like it's his duty to clean up the mistake of others. You have nothing. You are not duty bound for anything as it pertains to these broads. Yes.
Yeah.
For this child. So I think it's kind of the same thing with the mother figure.
Wouldn't you feel in a way that's a plus for any little black boy to have as much influence?
For sure. No, you feel it.
That's a plus for him, but it's not about him. It's not about that. It's not about that kid. It is about me. And his plus is your minus. So what are you going to do to make up for it? What are you going to do to make your box more valuable than a childless woman's box? I have two suggestions that a woman could do to make up for this. One is called Threesome Thursdays. And two is called Threesome Tuesdays. Those are my suggestions. In fact, I got another bright idea. Threesome Wednesdays. You got to make up for this. I know I'm a plus in this life. How are you going to plus it in my life? I tell you how you plus it. You bring another box. That is what you do. Plus the turkey bacon, plus the pancakes.
Like, it's kind of a good thing that you felt it, but also that you were willing to even step into that role.
Yeah.
Because some men who actually are the father or even stepfather don't step into those roles.
See, some men don't step into those roles. So, it's so admirable. It's so admirable. Suck my penis. oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm just gonna tell you how admirable you are. You're really admirable. Yeah, but I need lip on penis. I need threesome Thursday. No. I'm just, you're so admirable, and the community loves you. You're so admirable. If you don't shut up. I do not. I do not care anymore about your admiration than you do about my masturbation. Listen, I do not care. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Testing. I do not care about all of that. That means nothing to my penis. And they use this type of crap all the time. You could say something to a group of women like this, oh no, I stick with my sisters. I don't mess with those white girls. Like, oh yes, I admire you. I don't care about your admiration. You need to fill in the void of lubrication on my penis. You need to fill that in. I do not want your admiration. I don't care. It means nothing to me. Man, I admire you. That's the currency. That is the currency that they offer. False admiration. And they do their kids that way too. Press 1 in the chat room if you didn't get an allowance but your parents admired you for cleaning it up. Here, I'll start it off. Press 1 in the chat room if you didn't get an allowance but your parents admired you for cleaning up. Oh, I admire my son. He's washing the car. He's so helpful. He's mowing the lawn. He's so helpful. He's doing this. And you get nothing. You get nothing. You see all the ones? You get nothing. But your mama's oh, you're such a good boy. Your mama's at what? Why you getting the same room and board that the orphans get? Nope. Don't want your admiration. I want you to have an oral fixation. Miss me with that crap.
So when there is an opportunity, I feel like, you shouldn't immediately shun the woman or the child just because of your prerequisites, like check. Maybe see what the woman's about, see what the children are like, see what the environment is before you make that judgment.
Because it's not the same all the time. Because I know me personally.
Yes, he sees what that, and I agree with her. You see what the environment is like, and you see if it's to your benefit. And if it is to your benefit, then you proceed. For as long as it benefits you, not for it benefiting the kid.
I do choose not to date men with children, but that's because of my experience that I had in the past. I've, of course, bent my own rules, but the main situation that I had was that this man had a couple of baby mamas, maybe 3. And
that's different.
Maybe
it was a lot. It was a lot. And then not only that,
Shut up. You set yourself up to be a victim so you can have a story of victimhood to tell. You see, everybody wants a story. Hell, I like having a story too. But if I want one bad enough, I'll lie about it. Everybody likes us. For example, there's a show that I watch called The Dante Show. Shout out to him, free press, right? It's a brother that, and I also watch Jay Horn. Okay, so just so y'all know, during COVID, I was looking for prison workouts because the gyms were closed. And it led me to channels like Dante Show and like Jay Horn and stuff. And they tell all these prison stories that they was locked up. So it is cool to have a story. They making money off the story, but I don't want to get locked up for it. I'm not going to go out and do something to get me locked up so I can have stories to tell y'all. Nope. But that's what these broads do. They put themselves in compromising positions just so they can have a story to tell later. Just so they can have something interesting to tell as they sip tea or whatever. Listen at what she's about to say. Hold on. I forgot it because I seen this a while ago. I just remembered that clip, what he said, but I bet you listen at what she's about to say.
Was that this man had a couple of baby mamas, maybe 3.
Yeah, see,
And
that's different.
Maybe
it was a lot. It was a
That
lot.
ain't
And
the
then not
same.
only that, I became really attached to the children.
Mhm.
And then when we started going through our problems, he started using the kids
Ooh,
against
no.
me. So it's like,
He didn't use those kids against you. Stop your lying. Stop your lying. Oh, and here's what I mean when I say I just make up one. Like if a chick was like, because I knew a guy that did this and I thought it was funny. Okay, I dated this chick. This happened twice. When I was in college. But they weren't. I worked with them. And for whatever reason, they kept telling these chicks were telling me that their boyfriend or ex-boyfriend was a Crip from South Oakland. And I was explaining to them, like, no, he's not. For several reasons. One being that there aren't any Crip gangs in Oakland. And that's one major thing. And 2 is that there's no such place as South Oakland. So, but he just wanted a story to tell, and she was just so elated by the stories, but they have to be all made up. But it's weird, but yeah, they just want stories to tell. And they want to listen to a man's stories. That's all this is about. And now she has a story to tell. And what do you mean attached to the D? You mean? What are you talking about? They just want something to tell, and a dude can make up a story at any given point. You know, like. But anyway, so she got a dude with 3 baby mamas, and she even lost count, like 2, maybe 3. What's a maybe 3? But like, oh, I got so attached to the kid that I didn't realize. You didn't realize that, he just go out Johnny Appleseed and chicks. You didn't realize, you just now realized, like, when we started having problems.
I wanted to get away from him.
Oh.
And then it was like, why don't you call her on FaceTime? And then it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, see, that's not
And that's
fair.
that is the downside
That
of
is
dating
true.
someone with children. Because, like I said, when me and her stopped talking and dealing with each other, I found out later on that he was like having troubles with the law and all that stuff. So it made me feel bad.
Ain't no future in your simping. Ain't no future in your simping. Yeah, because I found out later that that he was having problems with the law. And look at how she's looking at him. Look at how the darker skinned chick is looking at him. She's looking at him like, you are crazy. You are crazy. You didn't stop to think, like, have you ever had trouble with the law like that? You ever stop and think why this woman did like a complete 180 on you? You ever stop and think that? You ever stop and think, like, why she go from Tupac to Urkel? You ever stop and think about that? They looking at you like you are crazy. Or she looking at you like you are crazy.
That is the downside
That
of
is
dating
true.
someone with children. Because, like I said, when me and her stopped talking and dealing with each other, I found out later on that he was like having troubles with the law and all that stuff. So it kind of made me feel bad
Like, I
inside.
gotta
Like,
do
damn,
Oh, my bad. My bad. It wasn't, it wasn't, it wasn't her dude that was having trouble with the law, her baby daddy. It was the son that was having trouble with the law. And that's your problem. How?
if I was still there, but it just tears you up a little bit. So I would prefer to have my first child with somebody that doesn't have children
I
can
as well.
understand
But
that.
if it happens, I'm not opposed.
Because, like, how do you remove yourself from the child's life?
Well, that's the hard part. That's why you have to be so careful before you introduce anybody new or your mate to the child, because you don't want to play with the children and their emotions too. Like, to remove yourself is going to be cutting ties, not just for you, but for the child, and it's all kind of trauma. So I think you just better know that you know before you even start bringing. You know how some women, they'll have like, oh, boyfriend number two, boyfriend. It's like, no. Like, you about to be my husband before you up in my.
I was going to
You know
ask
what
you
I
that.
mean?
What's the rules for introducing, or what was the rules for you when you were?
There's no good way to do this. Stop saying what are these? There's no good way to single mother and date. There isn't one. Steve Harvey was like, oh no, you need to introduce them to the kid instantly. Like, why? So they can have like a train of dudes that's just constantly, like, how come I got 18 uncles that I only see, after I hear strange noises coming from your bedroom, or that I never see after I hear strange noises coming from your bedroom? Like, so that's an out. And then waiting to meet the kid is an out, because what if the kid is a prison bound? What if the kid is prison bound? You meet an 11-year-old and he's sagging and throwing up signs. Like, man, I do not want to deal with that crap. And I don't want to undo whatever crappiness that made that happen. I do not want to deal with it. These babies kids, and we wrecking this place. What? Nope. There isn't a good way.
Co-parenting, right?
Co-parenting. I have now a 6-year-old daughter, but at the time when I met my now husband, my daughter.
Oh my God. It's leopard. It's leopard. Like leopard shoes. It's leopard. And see, somebody, I think it was BGS or somebody was like, big women could cross their legs. Listen, the bigger you are, the lower the cross on your legs is. You see how this bigger one has, has it crossed at her ankles, and the less bigger one, the medium one, has it crossed at the shins, and then this one has it almost crossed at the legs, but it's really just her knee on the back of her thigh muscle. The bigger you are, the less you can cross.
Was like almost 2 years old, and
Hit the like button.
co-parenting is its own thing. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
That's challenging. But I think the rules are based on what you do in your life. There are no set.
Unless he has kids, you are not. That is not co-parenting. I hate it when they normalize stuff that shouldn't be normal. It's co-parenting.
Rules, but I would.
Of course, they emphasize that they have a husband. The reason why is because it's a status thing. It's their way of taking them out of the baby mama stigma and putting them into a wife stigma. It's their way of telling the people that are listening that I am a good woman because I found someone who is willing to validate me as a woman in exchange for box.
say make sure that you're dating the person multiple times without your children being involved, without anybody, without playing on those emotions like he was talking about. And then when you feel ready and you feel the maturity of your child, you can introduce, but also make sure that the parent, the father or mother of the child is okay with that new person being
So you
around.
do.
When do I get to hit it? In all of this, when do I get to hit it? Imagine being with a chick, a single mother, and you dating her, and then one day she's like, "Yeah, I think it's time to take this relationship to the next level." You're like, "Oh, really?" And then you just start pulling the magnum out, and then she says, "Yes, it's time to meet my kid." Like, what? What?
Ask if this is okay.
And I would like Zuri to meet now, my husband
Yeah.
too. Do simple things like an outdoor date. We did a park date. And I think at the end, it just keeps it easy so that it doesn't feel pressure.
But what if your ex asked to meet your now husband? But what if he asked to meet him first?
I actually orchestrated a meeting with the two of them
Okay.
for coffee or tea or what.
You see what's going on here? I actually orchestrated. See how she's in charge and she's in control of everything? I orchestrate meetings between the two. I am the CEO, and I called a meeting of the executive staff, to discuss the kids. Holy crap. And that is another thing. That is another reason why these women favor the stepfather dynamic, not the stepmother dynamic. Notice she didn't mention his kids. Notice she didn't mention that she did the same thing for his kids. No, they admire the stepfather dynamic. And the reason why is because everybody is closer to the woman than they are to each other. Look at his situation right now. Look at her situation right now. She has a husband and she has a child. His only connection to that child is through her. And the child's only connection to the father is through her. All connections go through her. You see how that works? All the connections go through her. Now, take a regular family. Let's just call it the Leave It to Beaver family, right? The Leave It to Beaver family, actually, let's not call it the Leave It to Beaver family because, quite frankly, I don't remember their names. So let's say the I Love Lucy family, right? You have Ricky Ricardo, you have Lucy Ricardo, and then you have little Ricky, who started off as a baby, and then like 3 months later he was 6 years old. But we're not going to go there. So let's just take that dynamic for a second, right? Ricky Ricardo has every right to just say, "Hey, I'm going to take little Ricky to the park and we're going to throw the ball around. No girls allowed. I'm going to take little Ricky to Boy Scouts. We're going to do this. Me and little Ricky is going to go out back and we're going to work on the old Chevy. Me and little Ricky are going to do this. We are going to spend some father-son time alone, and we don't need your permission, or anything like that, because this is my son." Now, flip the script and her situation, right? All the time that he spends with that daughter has to, one, get approved by her, and two, she determines if she gets to go too. He can't say, "Okay, we're going to get some ice cream, after school." Like, "Okay, I'll see you there." See, they don't have those type of conversations. Why? Because all connections go through her. There isn't the possibility, and this is what a lot of women fear. Take note of this. There isn't the possibility that he will love the kid more than he loves her, because his love for the kid is always contingent on his love for her. And the same way in reverse. The kid will never love him more than he loves her. The kid would never love the stepfather more than he loves the natural mother. So she is more comfortable in that position than she is in a traditional family. Now that's the real talk. And that's what really goes through these bras' minds.
I don't know, whatever they met up. But as men, I do respect, that he's her father, and then also he's now a father figure.
Yeah.
So they do have to kind of collaborate in a way, but I had them meet together.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
No,
it's
that's
not.
right, I feel.
It's like so functional.
See how she speaks with authority? I had them meet together. You see the position of power that stepmothers put or not even stepmothers, that baby mamas, and with stepfathers put themselves in. The whole KP, I appreciate it. KP from KC, I appreciate you. He says the audacity of these old hoes. Yeah, exactly. All right, this person said that Brady punch. No, that's not. That's all kind of step. In fact, that's probably when the whole concept of stepping, and I'm not talking about the alphas. I'm talking about that's when the whole concept of stepping just got into like normal society. Because that was all step. This dude took in like 3 steps, gave him the name and everything. Me, I would have just done Alice, to be perfectly honest. Like, I mean, she's already washing the dishes and cooking. Like, hey, you might as well just smash Alice. I didn't get that part. Like, hey, what is this chick doing for Mike that Alice not doing? Maybe she's hotter. I don't know. I was a kid, and they both was just old white women, from my point of view. Maybe she's hotter, but I was like, wait. You took in 3 extra kids to like, hey, what's going on with this? And I'm pretty sure Alice was like, hey, what am I? You went out and got this bra with 3 kids. That's 3 more, that's 3 more sets of dishes that I have to wash and crap. Like that's 3 more beds I have to make. That's 3 more loads of laundry I have to do when you could have just been doing me. What's up with that? She get the architect that can afford to take care of 9 people, and I wind up with the neighborhood butcher. What's up with that? I thought I was kooky. I thought I was fun. I thought, your kids already love me. Like, what? You don't want some of this? You don't want some of Alice? Like, I'm pretty sure that had to go through Alice's mind. Like, you done took this single mom of 3, the youngest one in curls. You done took that over this. Alice got chipped. Alice got chipped. All right, let's continue. But I guess he was like this dude. It was my duty. It was my duty. It's me with that crap.
Like,
I think. Look, I'm like, is that your situation?
My baby mother don't play with me like that, so I don't worry about that.
So she not allowed to move on?
You move on. Yo, what's up with you?
I'm
How did we get to allow?
Question.
Where did we get to allow?
Because you said she don't play with me like that.
Like nobody gonna play with me like that, but I
don't know what you
what
play. That's her husband.
like no, I'm right. That's your husband, but like
I didn't know
until you get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
leave my kids out of it. Also, once again, my child with her is 11 years old. It's a different thing, right? Like when you 2, 3, I get that. 11 years old, she old enough to kind of say where she want to go. So there's a bit more autonomy with my 11-year-old. Now, if she was a bit younger,
I feel like it's harder. I would feel like it's a man in the house could say she gets to the point where she wants him to move in. She's 11 years old, and having a man that you don't know around your 11-year-old daughter.
That part.
That would be playing with me like that. If you feel like you're not going to introduce him to me, that's how.
No, it's not. No, playing with the guy is I want you to to have a meeting. We're going to have a meeting. And in this meeting, I'm going to just sit down and watch the two of you go at it. That's playing with him. What she's talking about is the potential danger of SA between an adult man and a young woman. You know, like, why would you put that in a man's head? But, you know, she basically brought that up. And it's like, well, if that was the case, then the mother should stay with fathers for that reason alone. Or the mother in a situation like that should never bring home a guy. Why are you bringing this conundrum to him? Dang, she looked like Mrs. Grinch.
I would feel. I'm not a man,
No,
but that's what I would think.
No, that's
I haven't had to deal with that situation yet, so
Mm.
I guess I'll cross
But if
that
you
bridge.
did have to, what would you do?
It's just a level, it's just a certain level of respect everybody's gonna have to. Is going to have, you know, in that response.
And just be careful, like you said, because if you do have an 11-year-old boy or girl, you know, people crazy, and he's
Notice how they don't have anything to what I don't know where they at, but everybody wearing a beanie. But notice that, or a wig. Notice that they don't talk to the other guy much, and that's because he's already on the plantation. So there's no need to get him there. There's no need to convince him. He's already where they want him to be. So now they're just going to wait until they are ready for him. And they're going to be ready for him when they're in their 40s and have a bunch of tattoos and a bunch of kids. And then they're going to be like, okay, now it's your turn. How about that? That's when they're going to do that.
like
Yeah,
girlfriend, boyfriend.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't play
You just got,
like that. So,
and I'm with you. You don't play
so
with
like
me
you
like
bringing
that.
men in the house and all that,
Yeah, you
whatever you
shouldn't be
do,
doing that.
let her come over here. She good. Her
Yeah.
father got,
Mhm.
she got a room over here. She come over here, be over here as long as she want. Go to school.
Yeah.
I'm just very protective, and everybody knows that about me. I'm very protective over my
As you
kids.
should
So I got 2 girls, so I'm super protective over them.
Good.
As I am with most of the women in my life. So it's just like,
Mhm.
but with my kids, it's a bit elevated. You know, it could
Mhm.
go. It starts at ugly. Something goes bad, it starts ugly. I'm not listening to nothing.
Right.
So we're not gonna
Yeah,
we're
starts
not
at
gonna
ugly.
we're not gonna take no liberties and play with something happening, and now she gotta live a life with, oh well, you know, it was in my blind spot. We ain't gonna do that. We don't do no blind spots.
All right, y'all. So that was a great conversation, a
got
heavy
deep.
one. It got deep. I had to hold you back from swinging on house.
Anyone else out there?
That's not funny. I had to hold you back from swinging on it. First of all, it wasn't that intense. She's trying to make it seem more intense, you know, so people can ignore her hair. But also, you know, like don't talk like that. Like he's just a dude to swing on, and the only thing that's stopping him from getting stolen is you holding him back. That's holding her back. That's ridiculous. Come on now. That's disrespecting.
Heard anything I said and heard the opposite? Okay, just wanted. Okay, just if y'all want to address it, just let me know.
Make some noise for yourself.
Yes.
Studio audience.
This was fun.
Yes. That's
Okay, so that's that. And I don't know. This only got like 1,000 views. Like it's not really popping like that. This whole show, the hair, like all of that. It's not really hitting like a show with that production value should be. You know, like they're paying these people, really? Like, you know, but oh well. Maybe they have like a different platform that they play it on that gets more traction, and this is just like a second platform. Now, next time on Game Changer 00100.
It really is. It is just a reframing of your mind as to what vulnerability actually. Because there was a point in which I could never let anybody see a crack in the facade. Never let anybody see you shook, and I was dying inside. I've been in this industry for a really long time, and as a woman, a Black woman, to have survived in this industry, the most misogynistic industry.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You see, actually, forget that. This is not next time. This is now. This is now. Okay. So, the most misogynistic industry. What? See, this is the victim. I am a victim of misogyny, 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 misogyny. So pay me, misogyny, promote me, That's what they do. They scream misogyny when they want more crap. That's their way of telling the society that the scales are unbalanced, so men will balance it for them. Oh yes, I am oppressed. You have titties. You are not oppressed. Anybody whoever think that a Western woman is oppressed, especially in the entertainment business, is crazy. You are crazy if you think that. You are nuts. You are insane. I want you to think about here. I'll do you one better. Hold on. I'll do you one better. IMDb top 25. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I typed in IMDb top 25 black male actors. Will Smith. Will Smith. This man has to, what is he like? He's 55 years old and he still got to come on screen with a six-pack. So he kills it in the gym. He looks like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air just ended 10 years ago. Eddie Murphy is funny as I don't know what. Martin Lawrence is also funny as I don't know what. I don't know who Kevin Peter Hall is, so we'll skip that one. Wesley Snipes is like a super duper black belt and stuff. Samuel L. Jackson is in everything, and I mean everything. He has been in every single black movie since the invention of black movies. I seen an old black movie called Shaka Zulu, and they had a bunch of Zulus standing out with loincloths on it. And if you look over like 6 Zulus to the left, and then 3 Zulus back is Samuel L. Jackson. Bill Duke, Lawrence Fishburne, like these, they have to do stuff. They can't just look good. They actually have to do stuff, and it takes longer. Denzel Washington, they have to do stuff, and it takes longer. Now, I'm going to say women. Top 25 women. Okay. Halle Berry. Okay, I got to give it to her. She's talented, but I mean, let's not mistake. You didn't have to come with funny. You didn't have to start with funny like Eddie Murphy did. You're pretty. You're one of the most beautiful women of your time. Same with Kerry Washington. Who is Reagan Gomez? Stacey Dash is another one. Stacey Dash was in a movie when she was 16 years old. Like you do less. Who's Candice McClure? I don't know, but she looked good. Who is Kylie Burnberry? I don't know, but she looked good. Y'all don't have to do crap. Y'all got to do less. Rochelle Itis, Aytz, Itis, Keke Palmer. Like, y'all gotta, dang. No, I'm talking about how they break in. I'm talking about how they break in. The path to fame and success is easier. So miss me with this whole misogyny and stuff. Miss me with that crap. Anyway, that's a tangent. Let me back to the show.
I think in the world, I am not without my scars.
Hello and welcome to Listen to Black Women. Just us, okay? So focus on this side of the stage is what we're gonna do. Now, I'm L'Oreal, and of course, I have my lovely girl with me, Elle Varner.
I want to know how we build a stronger, real community for
Oh my gosh, there's a BBW dominatrix.
us.
Melissa Ford.
As a Black woman to have survived in this industry, I am not without my scars.
And we have to welcome our brother show, or do you say sister show?
You call
How do
whatever
you
you
do
want.
it?
2023, we here.
Listen to Black Men.
Hey!
Okay, of course we have Mouse Jones
Yeah.
joining us again. Of course we have Jeremy here with us as well, and Tyler Chronicles. And you got to get his name right, or else.
Yeah, y'all are attacking early. Let's go. I like
Already.
I mean, we have to start out swinging because this is gender wars, right?
Okay.
So the conversation with members, women, that's been going on for quite
Did she say wars or roles?
some time now, right?
Too long.
You know, when women are being accused of being, you know, hyper masculine and that sort of thing, it's like it's not being done really by choice. It's like it's survival skills.
It's
You know,
survival.
you know, a lot of men are like,
Shut the hell up. What are you surviving? What are you in Vietnam or some crap like that? What are you surviving? Why are these chicks talking like when they look out the window, it's a bunch of Walking Dead zombies just like with their teeth out? Why they act like, you know, like Negan is at the gate with Lucille? Kind of crap is this? This is a survival mechanism. No, it's an obnoxious bitch mechanism, is what it is. Now, the reason why I'm popping my fingers and rolling my neck at people is because that's how I survive. Shut your stupid. Shut your stupidity up. How is that surviving? Turtles have shells. That's how they survive. Rabbits have holes that they dig and they're really, really fast. That's how they survive. Porcupines have quills. That's how they survive. Skunks can, you know, they squirt and they make people stink. That's how they survive. Squirrels can run up trees. That's how they survive. Name one species that survived by popping their fingers, talking crap in a man's face. Name one species that survives like that. And they walk around with that stupidity in their soul and they spread it. They spread it like, hey, if I didn't pop my fingers and get in this dude's face, I would have got struck by lightning. If I didn't pop my fingers and get in this dude's face, tigers would have attacked me. I do this to keep the tigers away. What kind of... It's a survival tactic. Shut up. 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 It is not a survival tactic.
you know, a woman, today's woman doesn't know how to allow a man to lead. It's just like, we'll let you lead if we know and trust you know where you're going.
Exactly. I
Where
stand on
are
that.
you leading us to? I said
Off
this
a
the other.
Shut the hell up. That's what following means. I'm leading you where I'm going. Where are you leading me to? Because where I want to go is this way, and I'll follow you if you go in the direction that I am pointing right now. Shut up. You think I'm stupid.
Hey, are you leading us from a place to hell?
right.
What,
Yeah.
the promised
Chill out.
land?
It's true.
Where are we going?
Baby,
Because a
getting
lot
hot.
of times when men say this kind of thing, like, I want to control my household, I want to be the man of the house, it's just like, do you even know what that actually means and what will be required of you to hold?
Now she's questioning if they are qualified Okay, I'm back. Now she's questioning if they qualify to lead. Listen, why don't you just say that you don't want to follow? Why don't you just say that you don't want to follow? Who does that? I want y'all to think about Braveheart, right? He's like, did they stop and say, like, where are you leading me? I am leading you to get shot by British arrows. That is where I'm leading you. It don't matter. Damn it. That's why you can't get stuff done. Never mind you why. Tramp. See, and this is how far from where they supposed to be that they are. We went from Midnight Train to Georgia to this. Notice she didn't even say what city in Georgia. She didn't say what town. He is taking a midnight train to Georgia and she is following. It don't matter. Ratchet Broad, you're stupid.
Hold that title. There is responsibility that comes with that title of I am the man of the house, I am the provider, I am this, I am that. And provision is not just financial, because women are at a different stage in our, in society now where we can make the same kind of money, sometimes more than men. So sometimes it's not about.
Okay, we got somebody here. Because he's going back home, in all fairness, she knows where he's going. But she's going with him. That's the point. She wanted to go with him to LA so he could be a movie star, but he didn't get far. So when he went back to Georgia, she followed. Wherever he go, she follows. That's what that song. Because I love you, I love you, I love you. And where you go, I follow, I follow, I follow. That's where.
Financial provision. It is about spiritual. It is about emotional. It is mental. It's all of these things. Like we were going to have a discussion about intimacy.
Yeah.
And that's what intimacy is. It's not just about the physical. It's not just about sex. It is about what do you provide to your partner that makes them feel whole and makes them feel safe and makes them feel secure and makes them feel like you are home.
So what does that mean to you as a married man?
See, what she's doing is she's putting the burden on man. Are men. She's basically saying, like, listen, you have to meet X criteria before I follow. And the reason why I'm not following is because you're not meeting X criteria. She's putting the burden on man. But no, you can find a man who's going in a reasonable direction. But no matter what he says to the question, where are you leading us to? You are going to say that you want to go somewhere else. Or I don't trust you to adequately lead me in that direction. Or just ignore him altogether. It's like, listen, not only will I be leading you, I'll be leading the family into success and prosperity to keep the generations going into perpetuity. You're like, oh no, I wanted a guy that was going to lead me to Fifth Avenue to go shopping. I wanted a guy to lead me to the south of France. Shut the hell up. And then when a guy leads you to the south of France, you like, oh yeah, but no, I want a guy to spend more time with me. They're always going to take the negative. They're always going to pretend like it's not good enough.
I feel like that means emotional intelligence. It means
that's not a real thing.
Being vulnerable.
Dang.
Also,
bald people. That's not a real thing. That means emotional intelligence. That's just something that stupid people made up so they can describe themselves and call it intelligent. That's not a real thing.
Being in tune with oneself in regards to what you bring to the table
Mm.
and what is your responsibilities, what's being asked of you. And if you know that, I feel like I don't look at it as it should be so hard. It should be something that you can have an open, honest conversation about. Like me as a black man, you as a black woman.
You're not
what's your
saying
pain points,
stuff.
What's your struggles? Okay, how do I balance that for you? One,
These words make no sense when you put them in that order. What was he talking about? What? It's all he was just saying buzzwords. Emotional intelligence. As a black man, as a black woman, he was just saying stuff. Man. And that's why these dudes are bald. See, somebody said it's clone. It's not cloning, it's brainwashing. It's brainwashing. And the reason why they don't have any hair is because they shaved it in order to brainwash them. You know how Professor Xavier has to shave his head before he uses cerebral? They have to shave a man's head before they put that brainwashing machine on so they could turn him into a dude that just goes on stage and say a bunch of buzzwords that don't make sense. Yeah, emotional intelligence, communicate. We as black men, we as black women. These are just buzzwords. It don't make sense.
once you have understanding of that, now you both are in alignment.
Because that takes partnership, not versus.
And that's- and that's what I was-
Who in the hell are you aligned with? Go ahead and try to align with the chick right here in the middle, the only one that can cross her legs. Like, try to align with her and see if all your emotional intelligence mumbo jumbo is going to align your penis into her vagina. See if that is going to work that way.
Yeah, a big part of the reason why things are falling apart, relationships and stuff, instead of it being like, how do we do this together? It's like, what's the man supposed to do? What's the woman supposed to do?
Yeah.
What's the
Or they operating off of antiquated,
Yeah.
gender roles, and
Exactly.
they think that
that doesn't
hey,
work for everyone.
Holy crap, she was leading him. He is a get out person. He's one of the get out people that had the whammy put on him, and then but every now and again they just stop and start drooling, and then she got to like stir the tea thing again. She completed this antiquated gender role, and he's like, hey, yeah, antiquated gender roles. What the hell? These are antiquated gender roles. The modern gender roles are working so well that he's not married. In fact, I don't think nobody on this panel is married. Nobody, men and women, 3 single men, 3 single women, all refuse to fuck each other. But this modern thing is working so well. That antiquated stuff is just so antiquated. It's just so shut your stupid. Shut your stupidity up. It's so antiquated. It's time tested. You know that thing that we've been doing for so many years? It's just so antiquated. Man.
Even when you brought up like financial, it's like, okay, if a man is thinking, okay, I make a lot of money, I make more than her, or she don't work, and that gives me the right or this obligation that I can treat her any kind of way,
Right. Or cheat on her or step
Whatever
out.
it may
But can the
be.
woman
Now he just made up a straw man. Because I'm a man and I make a certain amount of money, that gives me the right to cheat. What did that have to do with gender roles, the topic at hand, or anything anybody said? You just making a straw man to put yourself in a morally superior position than this person that you invented. And this is your way to signal to, obviously, to virtue signal to Ms. Ford that, hey, no matter how much more money I make than you, I'm not going to cheat because I don't feel that I'm entitled to do that. Listen and listen me good. women folk. If your man is rich and handsome enough, it is his right to cheat. And you all know it. All right? The only people that talk like that and think like this is the ones that don't plan to ever be rich or handsome enough. Other women understand it, damn it. Coretta Scott King understand it, damn it. Hillary Clinton understood it, damn it. They understand it. This is right. By virtue of rich and handsome. Man.
And do the same. If she's the breadwinner, is it okay for her to step out and mess around?
Is that comprehended to that guy? Either way, that's that understanding.
Is that comprehended to that guy? Yeah, everybody else is stupid but him. Oh, well, you know, if she makes more money than him, does that mean that he has to step out? Does that mean she get to step out? Do she want to? If so, then that's a problem in of itself, that she's earning money to look for an opportunity for more penis. First of all, she don't even have to make more money to have greater opportunity at more penis. You're stupid. Like, oh yeah, well, what do women want to scratch their balls too? Shut up. Look at this dude. I'm telling you, that's why you're bald. That's why you're bald. Every time you said something stupid, God took a hair and put it on your face. That is why you are in the state that you're in now.
You have to abolish that. You got to get away from that. It comes down to your current situation, what you involved in, and identify where we are in 2023. And you say to yourself, look, I understand as a man, as a black man, that I bring XYZ to the table.
And you see, notice how him and the other dude always say, as a black man, because what they're saying is, as a black man, we are obligated to be more of a simp. As a black man, we are obligated to be more of a simp to make up for Pookie Ray Ray. See, they want to counter the hyper-masculine reputation with a hyper-simpleton reputation. So it evens out. That crap don't evens out. That's like having fish sticks that's burnt on the outside and frozen on the inside. And like, oh, you see, it's even now. No, it's not. You're stupid.
Or I understand that financially we're good. All right. So let's not spend our relationship talking about like, because of money, it goes a certain way. Let's talk about like what is actually affecting us in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Money
You know
is something that affects people in relationships.
Mechanisms. You have
this is psychobabble. Money is something that affects people in relationships. Oh, and he's married. Okay, so he is the one married person on there because somebody fell for this garbage. Why? Because they seen he was a buck waiting to be broken.
Childhood trauma, things that make up your character, make up in regards to how you treat relationships or how you view your other partner. That stuff is important. And if more of these men that are on social media that are like, like Mounts was talking about in this dark room, talking about, women are XYZ, like, first of all, just have this conversation with yourself, like where you are.
That's true. Some people don't talk to themselves. Yeah.
Before you get out here, you might have been bawling your eyes out and then cut the camera on. It was like,
what? Yeah. Whenever you have a criticism about somebody else, you need to look at where you're at. No, I don't. See, this is something that stupid people tend to do. And these are just canned counter arguments. And when you think it through, it don't like you talk about, man, I can't stand that the neighbor is shitting on my lawn. Or somebody somewhere, there's a neighbor whose dog is shitting on my lawn. And then they say something like, well, you need to stop and really think about where you shitting. Like, wait, what? Yeah, you need to stop and think about where you shitting. What? To talk about the social impacts that women have on the community that is unique to them, like with things like, poor child rearing, upbringing, a poor ability to pass down virtues to their sons and daughters, and just reckless abandonment. These are things that are uniquely female, and he's like, you need to think about what you doing. Thought about it, and I'm not doing that shit. I'm not getting impregnated by a dude in prison behind the vending machine. Like, so what are you talking about? This is that I know you are, but what am I? Type thinking.
I hate these women. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's checking with him after he's done. Nobody checking. I'd have been bawling your eyes out. I did cut the camera on. It was like, I hate these women. You know what I'm saying?
This audience looks sweet as hell. This audience looks sweet as hell. Look at this one with his cleavage out and his strap going to his purse. Look at this one with his legs crossed. You got the fat woman in front and the men in back. Like, Rosa, park your ass in the back seat.
But nobody's checking with him after he's done. Nobody's checking. Check on him. Check on that man. Nobody check. But
I'm gonna start putting that in the comments. Check on him.
Do y'all do that as men when you see your own friend going off on a woman or saying certain things? Are you like, yo, are you okay? Like,
Yeah. I'm not surrounded.
Wow, this whole conversation thus far has been about checking men. This whole conversation thus far has been about checking men. And if you try to check women, then you have problems. If you try to check women, you need to check yourself for wanting to check women, which is another form of checking men. Wow.
Myself with anyone that thinks like that intimately.
Right.
Right. So like these two, we friends off of this.
Yeah.
And if I ever thought that they was out here doing that, we not friends, bro.
Yeah.
Doing
Let's come
what?
and do the show and go home.
Because I've heard guys say they
Doing what? What is the subject matter here? If I found that they were doing that, doing what? I mean, I'm thinking that they're talking about speaking ill against Black women. So not going with their narrative like you didn't in the previous show. I checked them. I check men. Like, excuse me? First of all, no, you don't. No, you don't ever. Ever. None of you niggas ever checked a man ever. I met in a place called Treasure Island. For those of you who are from the area, who are not from the area, excuse me. Treasure Island is what it's described as. It's a small island between Oakland and San Francisco. In fact, if you could take the Bay Bridge and there's an off ramp that takes you there. There was an event there. And I met Too Short personally in my 20s. And you want to know what? I realized nobody has ever checked him. Nobody has ever checked him. He personally taught me how to say, bitch! And he has been doing it since forever, since many of you were born. What's my favorite word? Bitch! Like, who has ever checked him? Who has ever checked Ice Cube? A bitch is a bitch. Who has ever checked these dudes? Like, when do y'all ever check? Go out and check a pimp. I'm gonna check him. Shut your ass up. Niggas ain't never checked nothing. You've never checked nothing. Go out and check a pimp. Go on, go. I check these guys that treat women wrong by saying stuff on the internet. Why? By saying more stuff on the internet? Shut the fuck up. You have never checked nothing ever. Ever. You that dude. You that dude. You hear your neighbor beat his wife and you don't check nothing. That's you. You that dude that say, I'm sorry, sir, you can't borrow my lawnmower anymore. I heard you beat the shit out of your wife. That's you. I check them. Shut the fuck up.
They don't have anyone to really talk to. That's not how their friends.
Which is true. Which is true.
Yeah.
Two things to be true. Like we can be around men who portray as best they can that they have morals and decorum and know how to deal with women, and they really could. But then also don't know how to communicate their true feelings. That's a lot of us. It might be all
What
three
the
of us
hell?
up there. Like, yeah, you'll never see me out here disrespecting women, especially not a woman I'm dating. But
Communicate your true feelings. My true feelings is none of your business. Communicate. I feel like I want to put my penis in your mouth. Like, why I gotta communicate it? What is he talking about? My true feelings. I need to communicate my true feelings. What are you, a harp playing poet, nigga? Like, what does that mean? I don't feel shit. I feel like I need to find the remote. I feel like I want a burrito. I feel like your sister looked better than you and I wish I met her first. Like, what in the hell are you talking about?
do I know how to communicate? Hell no. Do I get in my
You do a
I
whole
know
show.
how to ask for
Oh,
help?
that's
That's not
not
communication.
communication.
That's oration.
Exactly.
I'm a great orator. I'm
Yeah.
a terrible communicator. I get on stage every night, 3,000, 6,000 people, and I orate to them. Great. I make them
But you
feel
can
away.
tell your feelings to a bunch of strangers.
I'm
And
not
not,
feeling.
That's
I'm not these are
articulation.
feelings.
He's not telling his feelings.
so you're not
Making
feeling, no, that's an
observations. He's talking.
opinion. That's a way you feel.
But it's not like how you're.
For the most part, we don't have any damn feelings.
It's my
feeling about-
insight on something. It's in my insight on something.
Yeah.
It's my observation.
What do you think prevents you from being able to communicate?
I make a choice. Like I've been saying, I'm accountable for everything. I make a choice.
First of all, y'all don't want to hear it. Second of all, the reason why they want you to communicate with your feelings is because they want to out bitch you. They want to get you to do bitch things. And then they will out bitch you. You see, why don't you come at me logically? How come you don't communicate with me with logic? Instead of for trying to get me to communicate with you with feelings. Communicate to me with logic. Get on my level and you will lose. Because I'm not going to have a contest of who could cry the most tears with a bitch. That is a losing game. See, I will have a one-on-one fight with a man-eating shark on land while it's suffocating and shit. I'm not going to do that in the water. Hit the like button.
Choice not to communicate because I don't want to feel vulnerable. I don't want to feel left out. I don't want to give somebody the opportunity for me to be vulnerable and then be like,
or you don't know how.
Oh, I know how. I just don't want to do it.
Oh.
And I think we have to
That's
look
wrong.
at
That's
that.
toxic.
I think we have to start to look at like how, yes, it's very scary to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
My whole career is made off of vulnerability. I talked
the hell?
about my weight. I talked about relationships. All my songs are like pages of my diary. But also in real life, I don't want to talk about nothing.
I didn't know that she had songs, and that's because she's fat. And this is why you don't do feelings with broads like that. I feel like you don't love me the same way you would because I'm fat. But logic will tell you to not be fat. But you don't want to have that conversation. You want him to say something like, I feel that because you're overweight that you don't really care, that you care more about food than you do about visually pleasing me. Well, I feel that you care more about my looks than what I eat. Well, I feel that, you're not as attractive as you could be because you're over. You see, that goes nowhere. And then it'll just go deeper and deeper to where she said, I feel you don't love me. It's like, who has the greater emotional outburst? But no, it's just like, listen, you're fat. I don't like fat. Don't be fat. That's a logical conversation. That's how you logically address these concerns.
So I get it, but I think that we do ourselves a disservice when we do not show up and be our authentic self.
Right.
So that's the funny part.
I mean, Mouse, I will say that vulnerability is a superpower.
Yeah.
It really is. It is just a reframing of your mind as to
Ain't that a bitch? What kind of superpower is that? Vulnerability is a superpower. That is the exact opposite of a superpower. That is the exact opposite of a superpower. Superman is Superman because he is invulnerable. He is not vulnerable to anything but kryptonite. Being invulnerable is a superpower. Being vulnerable is the exact opposite of superpower. Try it. Try making a superpower that's vulnerability. Hulk smash, and you Mr. Vulnerable. And you get smashed by Hulk, and it hurt more because you're vulnerable. Exactly, Mr. Glass. You Mr. Glass. You Mr. Vulnerable. You Mr. Glass, and in prison you'll be Mr. Ass. Just the fact that you walking around vulnerable. What kind of crap is that? This is that bitch babble that don't make no sense. And this is what they teach their sons. And their sons grow up with no hair or a beanie. Yeah, you get clobbered by the thing and by Mr. T. You lose to everyone and everything. And that's your superpower. Radioactive Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man has spider powers and spider senses, and you, Mr. Vulnerable.
What vulnerability actually, because I was there with you at one point. There was a point in which I could never let anybody see a crack in the facade. Never let anybody see you shook. And I was dying inside. I've been in this industry for a really long time. And as a woman, a Black woman, to have survived in this industry, the most
Hold on. Let me look at the
misogynistic.
audience. Let me look at the audience. Hold on.
And I was dying inside. I've been in this industry for a really long time. And as a woman, a Black woman, to have survived in this industry, the most misogynistic industry,
Yeah.
I think, in the world,
Mhm.
I am not without my scars. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a long time to realize that vulnerability was my superpower. When I ran from it for so long, it was rooted in so much shame, in letting people know that I was not perfect. I felt like I had to portray perfection at every turn. Probably different reasons than you have, but I have discovered that vulnerability is my superpower. And boy, does it takes the weight off my
Yeah.
shoulders of having to always be performative. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, you're performing false vulnerability. I mean, basically, you're I mean, what you're doing is you're just creating this victimhood narrative and giving the fake tears like the bitches on The View and stuff like that. Is listen, like false femininity is what you're referring to is your superpower, not vulnerability. But that don't work for guys. I mean, these guys are trying to make it work, but you know, it's only because it's backed by you bitches on a Madame Noir show that they even have a voice. Man, this is just utter nonsense.
And it endears you to people as well. That's the other thing. And you find your tribe
Yeah.
that way
That's
as
real.
well.
But how did you get to that point, Melissa? Because you obviously was you were very closed, right?
I'll be very honest. Two things happened. I was in a near-death car accident, so I suffered a traumatic brain injury, and that just resulted in severe mental health issues.
Holy crap, I thought you was just stupid. All right, so my bad for making fun. My bad for making fun. I thought you were just stupid. I didn't know that you at some point in your life was probably regular and then something happened and now you're stupid. But my mistake. This is somebody brains your damage. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I will. Okay, actually, I'm not gonna leave it alone entirely right now. I'm gonna take it off her, and I'm gonna say that why do so many chicks sound like a woman with brain damage? Like you are somebody who suffered something and your damage was brained. Why do so? What's the other women excuses that sound just like you? It means that they all are walking around sounding like brain damage.
And then almost 2 years after that, my mom passed away. So I went through hit after hit after hit, and it was during the pandemic. So it was just like I didn't have a choice but to become a completely different person because my emotions and all the trauma and everything was bubbling up to the surface. I was like, I can't push it down anymore. I was like, okay, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. Somebody help me. And thank God I had a tribe. Thank God I had a therapist. Thank God I had all these people that were there for me that could help assist me in different ways. But also I was vocal about the pain.
Yes.
And what I received in turn was so many people saying, you expressed it so beautifully, and I never knew how to talk about it, and I never knew. And that's a great thing also.
This is so much
when
babble.
you feel like your words have affected somebody because
Yes.
they feel seen and heard, and their pain isn't special. That's the one place you don't want to be special, is your pain being unique.
Yeah.
You want it to
Yeah.
be shared amongst others so that you can discuss it.
And there
You
is
know?
a lot of
100%.
people that's gonna feel the way you're feeling and going through what
No, I don't. Why want to share my pain with other people? I see Kevin Murray on the street and like, hey, what's up, Kevin? Like, hey, GC, what's going on? Well, actually, since you asked, here's my pain. Like, what? Wait, what? Like, yeah, here's my pain. I know you was having a good day, but here's my pain. Women, listen me and listen me good. We will take your pain as long as it's followed with pleasure. The only time we want your pain is when it's followed with pleasure. When you come home and you want to talk about the chick at work who look at you funny and blah 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 and yakety smackety and stuff, and she's sleeping with the boss, so she might get the promotion, etc. Listen, I don't care. Don't care about your pain. I want your brain, and I'm not talking about your intellect. I want you to put my mouth, put your penis, or put my penis in your mouth. Damn it.
you're going through. It can
Exactly.
definitely help you with it.
Exactly.
Let it out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
let it out.
Come
like
on,
you said.
cry. Thank y'all so
Holy crap, this dude just cried. Like he just put his head on. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Watch that again.
you're feeling and going through what you're going through. It can
Exactly.
definitely help you with it.
Exactly.
Let it out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
let it out.
Come
like
on,
you said.
cry.
This is black man. He don't have no hair. Underneath that beanie, he ain't got no hair. This is what they want for all of you. On the panel, hairless, crying on a woman's shoulder, talking about emotional intelligence. When have you ever known women to go for the emotionally intelligent dude? The Ralph Tresvant dude. I need a man with sensitivity. When do they ever do that? When do they ever just get turned on by the dude that's crying on their shoulder on command? Like, come on, come on. That's right. That's right. Put your head on my shoulder, because it's the closest your face is going to get to my titty. There you go. Let it all out. Let it all out. When does that ever happen, ever? This is you. Sitting there with your head on a woman's shoulder. Come on, cry. Got him. All right. With that. Oh, wait, let me see if there's some more.
Thank y'all so much for watching. This is Listen to Black Women. Make some noise for yourselves. And we will see you next week.
Okay, so that's it. That's that. That is that. All right. What is that? Why am I getting super chats? Hold on. All right. All right. Anyway, speaking of which, I mean, not super chats. I was getting messages on Messenger, but I want to thank the Cash Apps of today, and I want to thank the members. I want to thank those who participated in the chat, and also those who listen silently. Most importantly, well, not most importantly, but very importantly, those who hit the like button. Make sure you do that on your way out. It's GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.